Hi there, I'm Vincent Boss and I provide dating and self-improvement advice. And in today's podcast, we're going to be discussing attracting an ex versus attracting someone new. I provide audio coaching for breakup recovery, trying to get an ex back, attracting someone new, and life coaching. Visit www.dateme.tips for more details. Please check your spam and junk folders if you are expecting an email from me. So now let's get back into today's podcast. And today we are discussing attracting an ex versus attracting someone new. So if you have been dumped, you may be in two minds about trying to get your ex back or making a new connection. In today's podcast, I'll be discussing 3 points to consider regarding attracting an ex versus attracting someone new. So let's get straight into this, and point number 1 is your ex knows you. Now this might sound a very obvious thing to say, but it is an important differential between trying to get an ex back and trying to attract someone new. If you are trying to attract your ex back, you must realise that they already know you. You are in their base mindset. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean that they are thinking of you 24/7, but you are in their base mindset. This means you will always be part of their life story, just as they will always be part of your life story. They will never forget you. Even if you don't get your ex back, they will still think of you periodically and remember you in decades to come. You're not going anywhere from their mind. So just remember, as a dumpee, that your ex knows you, your dumper knows you, and hence you don't need to keep reminding them of your existence. They know you're there, they remember you, and they likely still have a level of feeling towards you. Now, the paradox of trying to get an ex back when you are the dumpee is that although your ex, the dumper, is very unlikely to want you to chase them, they probably actually expect you to. So they don't want you to chase them, but they probably think you will. And if you don't, this is probably, in a lot of instances, going to cause them some confusion. They will notice that your presence has gone. So they don't want you to keep chasing, but they think that you probably will, and if you don't, this is when missing you can slowly but surely start to come in your ex's mind. And as a dumpee, this is what you need your ex-per dumper to be thinking. You need them to go through a process of them missing you. Because as they miss you, they will start to regrow romantic emotional attraction in their mind towards you. Now, at the time of a breakup, unfortunately, your ex's level of attraction towards you in their mindset was very low. That is why they ended the relationship. You need to grow that attraction. And I do give other hints, tips, and advice on my other podcasts, so please subscribe to my YouTube channel and check out the rest of my content. But generally speaking, I suggest that dumpees begin their journey of trying to reconnect with an ex by implementing my version of a no contact rule. And this has a base principle that as a dumpee, in most instances, you should never contact your ex again unless they contact you first. This will allow you to remove your presence. Not only can you concentrate on your own journey, which I speak about in other podcasts, what we're focusing on today is the fact that your ex knows you. And since they know you, they will notice when you've gone. So if you implement my version of a no contact rule, if you take your presence away, if you take your contact away, if you remove them from that pedestal, they are going to notice. They can't miss you if you are continually in their life. If you keep texting, calling, knocking on their door, they can't miss you. They can only miss you if you remove yourself, and you need them to miss you. Remember, they can't forget you. They know you. They loved you. They probably still in some ways do love you even right now. So, removing your presence is not going to mean they forget you. It's just going to mean there's more chance of them missing you, growing romantic emotional attraction, and if and when it hits the necessary high point, that is when they are likely to reach out to you. So that's what you need to be remembering. In point number 1, your ex knows you, and that is a huge difference between attracting an ex versus attracting someone new. So now let's get into point number 2 and the second point of today's podcast about the differences of trying to attract an ex against attracting someone new. And point number 2 is you aren't in the mindset of someone new. Now this is the huge differential that I was referencing. So in point number 1, we were saying your ex knows you. Your ex can't forget you because they was in a relationship with you. You need to remove yourself for them to notice the difference and for them to miss you. Now, if you're trying to attract someone new, you must realize that they don't know you, certainly not well enough like your ex. You aren't in the mindset of someone new. Certainly, you aren't in their mindset on a base level. So let's just say, for instance, you've joined a new class, group or club, and there's somebody you really like who also attends this class, group or club. Now, they've probably noticed you there, but you really have taken a light to them. You want to try to create a relationship or certainly just a conversation at this stage. So what can you do? Well, remember, you aren't in their mindset, not on a base level. They're not going to be thinking of you 24/7. They're probably not going to be thinking of you day to day right now. So you need to put yourself in their orbit. Now, you need to make sure you're not doing this in a creepy way. I'm not telling you to start chasing them around, because chasing somebody is very unlikely to be appealing in any circumstance. But the difference between trying to attract an ex and trying to attract somebody new is when it's somebody new, you do need to put yourself in their orbit. You do need to put yourself in their mindset. So make sure you do this in a way which is attractive and not creepy. So I would suggest doing something such as having group conversations. Let's just say you're in this class, group or club. There's a few people having a conversation, including this person you're interested in. Why not get involved in that conversation? Let this new person realize that you exist. Showcase yourself as happy, carefree and fun. Smile. Be positive. But remember as well to not linger too long within these conversations. I would suggest dipping in and out. Give this new person a little example of your personality. Give them a taste of what you're like, and then move on to speak with different people. I suggest that this is a great technique to start getting this new person to think of you in a more positive and ultimately, hopefully, more romantic way. By showing yourself as happy, carefree and fun. By showing yourself as sociable, by showing yourself as somebody who communicates well and mixes with different people. Get involved in a conversation involving this new person, and then when the time feels right, dip out of it and speak to other people, showing that you can remove your interest. Again, that is a level of similarity. We want to be taking your interest away and not just focusing it 24/7 on this new person, but you can't take it away unless you're in their mindset. So have a conversation and then speak to other people. And you can do this over the course of days or weeks, depending on the circumstance. Maybe you get to the stage then when you enter this class, group or club, you say hi to this new person, you have a conversation one-on-one, and then maybe the next time you go to this class, group or club, you don't approach this new person straight away, you approach somebody else. And they can get the feeling that you are speaking with other people, you're sociable, you are approachable, and other people like you. You want to show yourself off as somebody that other people want to spend time with. Social proofing is very attractive. So dip in and out of conversations with this new person, first within a group setting, then one-on-one. Don't fully focus yourself on this new person, but also make sure you give them time. You can't just drift into the background. They are unlikely to even remember who you are. They need to understand who you are, not just physically, but via conversation, so they understand your personality and who you are. You aren't in their mindset yet, and you need to get in it. But don't focus on them 24/7. Don't be creepy. Don't act in a way which is concerning or scary. You need to be making sure that you are happy, carefree, fun, confident, approachable, but also speaking with different people and showing yourself to be somebody who others want to spend time with. That level of social proofing can be the difference for when somebody finds you slightly interesting to attractive. So now let's get into point number 3 and the final point of today's podcast about attracting an ex versus attracting someone new. And point number 3 is attraction growth is ongoing. Now, before we get into point number 3, I just wanted to say that if you would like advice, support, and coaching regarding attraction, trying to get an ex back, trying to find a new partner, then you may want to consider my audio coaching service, where me and you can speak one-on-one about your specific situation. Go to my website, www.dateme.tips, for more details on my audio coaching and how I can become your coach and your teammate. So now back into point number 3, attraction growth is ongoing. And this is the element of where attraction is never finished. You can't think to yourself, well, I behaved in an attractive way here. That's all I need to do now. I can just relax and let the people form an orderly queue. Everybody's going to come to me because I behaved in an attractive way yesterday. You can't be thinking like that. Attraction growth is ongoing. You need to keep growing every single day. You need to remain attractive. You don't get credit for your behaviors in the past when it comes to attraction. You can't behave in an attractive way for a few weeks and then behaving in a non-attractive way forevermore and thinking, well, it doesn't matter, I've got that in the bank. No, you can't get credit through attraction. This is an ongoing process, and it is your health, it is your physical fitness, it is your personality, it's everything coming together. You need to behave in a way which is happy, carefree, and fun, like I was mentioning in point number 2. But you also need to be focusing on your health and fitness. Physical attraction is real. Physical attraction is important. And the best way to look your best is to live a healthy lifestyle. Get enough sleep, eat healthy, make sure you get regular exercise, and remove bad substances from your life. That will enable yourself to be the healthiest person you can. And the byproduct of being healthy is you look your best physically. The byproduct is you increase your physical attractiveness. So living a healthy life is a step in the right direction for looking your best physically. Now, of course, style is also important. You will have a style that you want to follow or fit into or do your own thing. But whatever you do on this, you need to make sure that your style is attractive to the people you're trying to attract. You can't think to yourself, well, this is how I want to be, and then get upset because certain people do not find you attractive. You need to balance with, of course, wanting to be your own person, but also appreciating your own version of yourself might not be attractive to everybody. And maybe there is some give and take about you doing your own thing, but also appreciating what is likely to be attractive to others. I'm not saying that you lose yourself. You've got to be your own person. You've got to do your own thing. But you must respect that might not necessarily be the type of person in how you look that will attract others. So I would say a bit of give and take. You can see, you can realize, you can research, you can find out, you can ask what other people find attractive and then fit into that boundary, but within your own style, within your own unique take on things. I would say a balanced approach is the best. Now, on top of this, your personality is also vitally important. Increase your attractiveness by improving your general knowledge. I think being able to speak about various subjects is a great attractive point. Communication is vital, and if you can't have a conversation on many subjects, then you are reducing the possibility of the conversations that you can have. We've never lived in a better time to do research. We've never lived in a better time to learn. You can learn about whatever subject you want by going online. You're listening to this podcast now, so you have the ability to research and learn about other subjects. Now, I'm not saying you have to become a scientist. General knowledge is just as important. Popular culture, questions and things that people want to speak about at the local club or pub are just, if not even more attractive than being some type of brain surgeon. I'm not saying that you have to be top of the class with your academia, although of course that would also help. I would say you need to have a conversation on many subjects, and you can help yourself by learning every single day. Attraction growth is ongoing. Increase your attractiveness. If you've been dumped and want to try to get your ex back, You need to be more attractive in mind, body and soul than when you were dumped. If you want to attract somebody new, you need to be their best option. Keep learning, keep living a healthy life, keep growing and keep becoming more attractive. If you believe that this podcast has helped you, then please consider buying me a coffee. The link to do so is in the description.